my name is Morgan Castaing, and I am presenting my professional development about social emotional learning to my colleagues today for Grand Canyon University EDU588. So today we are going to talk about social emotional learning in a classroom and how we are going to be able to implement it today in this school. On this slide, you will be able to see our goals and our objectives about SEL. SEL is the abbreviation that we use for social emotional learning. The first objective is understanding the meaning and importance of SEL and why we are going to be using it in our classrooms today. The next is learning strategies on how to implement SEL into your classroom, specifically for a middle school classroom. And last, we are going to practice implementing SEL activities with our colleagues here today. First, we're going to talk about what it is specifically. This SEL is when you are implementing it into your classroom, and it is helping our students understand their behaviors, their emotions, and how to process their emotions in a way that demonstrates empathy for others. It is very helpful for us because it helps make students make positive choices and responsible decisions. On this slide, we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch a video. This video is going to briefly explain what SEL is and how the importance is in a classroom, and it is for you guys to watch.
There's a lot of talk these days about SEL, social emotional learning. But what exactly is it? Social emotional learning is the process of learning social and emotional skills, and it's just as important as learning reading or math. This learning process is most effective when it begins early and continues through high school. Social emotional skills are essential for success in school, work, and life. With SEL, students learn to manage their own emotions and behaviors, have empathy and show care and concern for others, solve problems effectively, make responsible decisions, and maintain healthy relationships. Students learn to recognize what's happening inside them and to be aware of their emotions, which helps them deal with strong emotions and impulsive behaviors. It helps them stop, take a breath, and think about a situation before acting. Students learn to identify others' emotions and perspectives, which helps them empathize and show compassion, no matter who they are or what their background is. It's not difficult to imagine how this is important in the classroom and in life. Students learn to solve problems in peaceful ways and communicate assertively about what they need or want. This helps them get along with other students and get the help they need from adults. When students learn to make responsible decisions about their lives and their future, things can turn out better. Research shows social emotional learning makes a difference. Students who participate in SEL do better academically, have improved attitudes and behaviors, and act in delinquent or disruptive ways less often. In the United States, students with strong social emotional competence are twice as likely to earn a college degree and nearly 50% more likely to graduate from high school and have a full-time job by age 25. Just as important, students who are socially and emotionally competent have more friends. This means they're more likely to feel connected to school and do well, and less likely to be left out or bullied. Simply put, by participating in social emotional learning, students learn the skills to succeed in every facet of school and the rest of their lives.
Okay. So based off of that video, it was able to explain a little bit more briefly about why we are learning it and the benefits of how this can be implemented in the classroom. More importantly, why we are learning this specifically today is we want our students to be able to make responsible decision making. Those are one of the skills we would like them to have. Another one is to have positive relationship skills. We want them to be able to communicate with one another in a healthy and positive way. We want them to have social awareness of their emotions and how it has effect on other students around them. And we want them to have self-management and self-awareness. The reason why we are choosing this topic is because based off of the needs assessment survey that you guys took last week, the gray area or a low area that we had was implementing SEL activities within daily routines. Based off of all the assessment data that I received, this was the lowest by far, with many people scoring a 1. And then based off of the pie chart, the next few months that you guys wanted to see was SEL activities with a 23%. Ways that we are going to start implementing this in the classroom is we want you to start incorporating reflective writing about instructional material based on the material that you are instructing in your classroom. We also want you to slowly start doing this in your everyday routines. Not expected to do 100% right off the bat, but we want you to slowly start incorporating that every day. We want you to begin each day with a student check-in. It could be emotionally, it could be behaviorally, or it could be academically. We want you to know where they're at all times. We want you to teach mindfulness in the classroom. We want you to create a culture of kindness within the classroom and lead by example. So implementing this SEL in the classroom will allow you to teach and lead by example, because if you're practicing it, it's a demonstration for the students, and that's what we want you guys to do. Next, this will improve your job performance overall, because providing SEL with your instruction, it allows students to be comfortable and vulnerable. This will increase the classroom participation. If they are comfortable and vulnerable enough to share and participate, that is what our goal is in this classroom. Teaching our students emotional traits will also help us teachers practice those traits within ourselves. Then we will be teaching by doing, creating an example for students. It can improve our classroom management, so the students that are more aware of their behaviors, we will start to see a decline of those disruptive behaviors if they can be more self-aware of those behaviors. The next thing that I'm going to have you do is an activity that we're going to practice here right now. This is an activity that you can take with you and begin practicing on your own with your own students in your own classroom. So on your desk you should have a sticky note. On that sticky note, I want you to write something that is worrying you, stressing you, or something that you just want to get rid of out of your head. You're going to write that down on that sticky note. You're going to rip it up into a million different pieces, and then I'm going to walk around and collect all of the trash. So at this time, please go ahead and do that. If you forgot any of the instructions, they are up on the board. Okay, so this activity is a short and quick activity. As you could tell, it took us less than a minute. With a larger class of 38, it might be a little bit more difficult to do that, but you can also have one person from each table group do that and collect all the trash for them. Having these stress right-aways will help the students recognize what's stressing them out or what's making them worry so much, and writing it down on a piece of paper is the start of becoming socially and emotionally aware of themselves. The next activity that we are going to do, for the sake of this video, we're not going to take the full 8 and 7 minutes, but originally what would have happened is you would take 8 minutes to complete the handout that you have on your desk. So what I want you guys to do right now is just start it. I'll start the 8-minute timer, but we won't complete it all. So this handout is about SEL and what you guys, as a teacher, it's a teacher reflection about SEL. So you guys can go ahead and start that. and compare your answers and reflect on the answers that you answered. So since we are running out of time, on the next slide, I have resources that you guys are able to, I will send these out afterwards in an email. They have a bunch of resources that you can find a bunch of SEL resources for our grade level specific or your curriculum specific. The top 3 that I chose were Move This World, TPT, and Second Step. They all have handouts, they all have games, and they all have activities that you guys can do in your classrooms. And then before you guys leave, please go ahead, take out your phones, scan this survey, this QR code. It has a survey about the presentation.